video, we're talking about reprogramming archetypes. The first archetype that we're going to see today is the savior archetype. What is an archetype? An archetype is a rule of behavior, something that you have developed, something that is engraved on you from all your ideas, beliefs, all the experiences that you have, and start creating this rule for which everything you do has to observe this rule first. It is a sort of an imbalance because it comes from a little bit of an exaggeration of certain pattern. So for example, in the case of the savior archetype, it says that you're here to save other people. You're here to save your family, your kids, the world, the environment, but you have not thought of, or you haven't been able to save yourself first. So this is where the imbalance comes from. Remember that we are all multidimensional beings. Everything that we are, it is represented in another way outside of us. So for example, if we are, imagine that you are this onion, right? So the first thing that is in the onion is the center, the core. That's you. That's everything that happens in your internal processes. Let's say there you have things to work on. You know, everybody has those. So you have to save yourself first if you want to become a savior of everybody else. Because once you do that, then it resonates in your external dimension, which is what we do with other people, what we do for society, right? So we have many dimensions in our life or in our expression of being. The first one is always internal. So everything that we want to do, we have to first make sure that it's represented in this level, and that way we can work in the outer levels. Like, for example, society, or even further if we want to like make changes at energetic level in the world. For example, if you're a light worker or a healer and you want to express this healing energy for other people, you have to make sure that you have worked on yourself first. That's like a very important rule for healers, and sometimes we forget, and we are so given to help other people that we forget that we have to work on our own issues. And then when we try to apply healing to other people, then this comes up and we find blockages and we're unable to heal. And then we have to work on these issues first. Like, for example, I try to work on myself every day because there are always some blockages come up and things come up and down. So before I can work in anyone, I have to heal myself at least for 10, 20 minutes, whatever is it time it takes me to release any imbalances that there could be in relationship to that matter that I am working on. Then I am free to heal, or I'm free to work with someone in that level. And we always attract what we need. So it has just been an amazing realization for me. Every time that I'm working with someone, it always is something that I need to work on myself first. And you can't really cover every topic in the world, but as they come to you, they always are, it is exactly what you need. And if you're a healer, you probably can relate to this, that usually, you know, you find that your clients or your friends, the people that come to you, are very on point with something that is happening to you right then. Like, you're just going through the situation, and that's something that you need to work on yourself, and then you can heal through that healing that you apply to them, because you're kind of doing the same thing at once, and it's a beautiful experience. But going back to the archetype, so why do we want to be saviors? This is simply something that happens from imbalances that we have observed. Probably we have a lack of someone helping us in something, and we want to become that and to others. So from our own lack of being saved, or our own lack of someone coming to our help, we become that for everyone else, but we haven't done that for ourselves. So we still haven't found that way of filling the void of healing ourselves first, or saving ourselves first, and then going for others. So, and that's where this pattern becomes an imbalance, because then your structure of this holographic multidimensional being is broken from the core, because the core is our internal aspect. Remember, anything goes from the interior to the outer aspects, and that's how it is. It becomes more of a perfect form, or something that is more stable, something that is going to work out, rather than going from the outer to the outer levels when there is this core that needs work. So this is important to know, and in everything that you do, you have to see, where is my multidimensional expression in this? If I want to save others, So it means that I want to express that because I need saving myself first. It is always like that. So all these patterns, all these archetypes are only scream from the soul saying, I need this work first. So how do we reprogram this? How do we work on that pattern? I just said to you, the first thing you need to do is work on your own saving. So it requires a lot of self-reflection, opening up the heart and going through the layers. If you have creative heart walls, you have to remove those. And in my case, the way I work, I don't like to focus in the negative aspects of something because that's just reinforcing something that is not really there. Because anything that is false, it doesn't exist. So why would I focus on blockages and things, but they're just beliefs? So what I prefer to do is to focus in the aspect where something was in its perfect form. So if I have blockages or I feel that my heart is blocked, instead of focusing in the blockages and try to release them, I focus in the heart itself, and I see it expand, and I see it glow, and I see like the heart is completely free. So I do a meditation and I can visualize that this is completely free and the energy is flowing. You can even imagine your toroidal field coming out of the heart and going back into it, and that will open up the heart and it will help you work on those issues first. It's a matter of realization. See what you need to be saved for. Maybe something that happened many years ago and you don't need that anymore. That is already gone. That's time is past. It's something that is not a matter of the present time. So why continue working or keeping that pattern? So once you can attend that need of yourself, of saving yourself, then you can see if you really want to save the world or save others, which is not bad. I'm not discouraging you from doing something nice for other people. I'm just saying that you need to do it for yourself first, and then with that base, then you can go and save other people, because otherwise it's just not going to be fulfilling. It's just going to be something that you're doing to kind of cover a void that you have in yourself. So once you have worked on that, then you can come up with a better idea or a better way of helping other people, because you're going to be filled in yourself of that void. And then you will know how to address it, because if you don't know how to address it in yourself, how can you address it in other people? And this is something that we tend to do sometimes. You know, we think we have the answers for other people's lives, but we don't have the same answers for ourselves. So how can you have those answers for their lives, but you don't have your own answers? So this is the way that we fix archetypes. We go in and we fix what we need first in us, and then, you know, this starts balancing up. Maybe it doesn't it changes the way that you approach this. It's no longer an exaggeration. It's no longer something that you throw yourself on the floor to, you know, before a lady crosses so she doesn't get her feet wet, or something like is exaggerated. That's what an archetype is. Or, you know, you're leaving all your things behind to take care of a sick parent or something like that, when there could be other ways to do that without you having to leave everything behind or leave your life behind to help others. It isn't probably not the best way if you have to completely give up your life to help someone not give up their life. It is like two people giving up their lives at that point. So there are other ways in which you can be more helpful to the world if you can help other people, but you're still standing, right? And you're still firm and you're still one. So this is what we need to get to this point. So it takes a lot of self-reflection, meditation, to get to this point. And here with my method, I was able to find two elements that are present in the archetypes and that I usually heal in this case, which are, they come all the time with clients, and are elements beyond any space and time and elements beyond any time and space. This means that are mental elements, mental aspects, and it's all just ideas. There's nothing that really genetic on your patterns of behavior. It could be that you observe, but it's not that you're born like this, because archetypes are not inherited. This is just a belief. It's something that you have observed, something that you have learned. So you can unlearn the archetypes the same way that you learn them. And it may require, like I said, some self-reflection. Realize when you acquire this and realize that this is an imbalance. See where you need to be saved. Be honest, right, with yourself. Where do I need to save myself? And once you realize that, these things will start softening. And meditate a lot and try to get to that point of awareness. That's like the point in which you are in your perfect state of being. It may take some time, to get to the point in which you are finally feeling that presence, but you will get there. And as long as you can release all these imbalances, it will be much easier. Okay, very good. I hope that we could get some light in this aspect, and we'll talk about other archetypes in the next days. So you can watch more of these videos at healersofthelight.com/videos, and also in our YouTube page. Please subscribe, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me at info@healersofthelight.com. Thank you.